Hey everybody, welcome to Fractured Focus, episode number 18, the show where we obsess about everything from geek culture to nerd news, along with random topics for discussion. I'm one of your hosts, Ben Gordon, alongside my brother, the illustrious Dan Gordon. Dan, how you doing?
Doing great, thanks.
And coming in live from the great state of Nebraska, the original swine of Omaha himself. They don't really have a southern accent in Nebraska, so I don't know why I do that from time to time too. But Matt, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Did you have a good week?
Yeah, I mean it was fun.
You've really
Got some Thrones in.
I was going to say you've really been Thrones it up already, jumping into the fourth season. How far are you into the fourth season now?
I made it through part of the third.
Mm-hmm. Because you texted me,
I
you
was
saw
watching
Joffrey
late
die
last night. Yeah.
I could tell you got kind of a thrill from that.
Was it as satisfying as you hoped it would be?
Save it for the reaction,
Yeah.
all right?
Oh,
That's liquid gold coming out of your mouth. Let's not blow it all right now. Probably bad choice of words. Whatever. We're already off to a great start. Let's talk about our first topic, which just happened within the last 24 hours. We're huge DC movie fanboys in this group. Everything that they've done has been not perfect, but pretty close to it.
Whoa.
The dude, it's hard to.
They can do
I
no
almost say
wrong.
that with a straight face.
They
until I
can
was-
do no wrong.
I know. It's just been perfect. Everything they've done, they've corrected what Marvel has failed to do.
Wow.
The new Justice League trailer just aired. I got to say, I thought it looked pretty cool. What do you guys think?
I say welcome to the Batman v Superman trailer again.
I thought this got me more pumped for it than the Batman v Superman trailer did for that movie for me, but
Really?
did you think it was just on par?
Well, no, I mean, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. It's one thing that DC does really well is they put together some really great trailers.
Mm-hmm.
If they kind of follow suit though with the movies, is that they've used the best material for the trailer.
Yeah, it's possible.
And that if we start paralleling, we were excited to see Batman doing his grapple dive away from that energy blast in the trailer. That seemed great. We saw Doomsday. We saw all this incredible stuff, and then we saw the movie.
Yeah, they gave away most of the big reveal. Yeah.
So this time around, I like this one because we get to see more of the actual Justice League. It wasn't in the earlier ones we saw just Bruce and Diana essentially just looking to assemble the team, and it was about kind of Bruce just kind of seeing these different areas. This time we really got to see a little bit more on Cyborg. We got to see more on Barry. We got to see more on Arthur. But again, I saw some great interplay between the characters. We didn't get in the Batman v Superman trailer as much. It was much more brooding and stuff. There was a lot more levity to this one. You could definitely tell that they were in adjustment mode that was even shown off of the trailer too. Yeah.
Matt, what did you think?
I thought it was good. Mm-hmm. I mean, as far as for the trailers that have come out, this one's actually a benefit. There was a lot of that interplay between the characters. A little bit of a flash as to who they're fighting. Which looks like the Fly guys from Darkseid.
Mm-hmm. Right. What are they called? Do you guys
I guess
know?
they have.
Okay.
They have been hinting at Darkseid being the bad guy.
Right.
In it.
That giant Omega symbol and those flying insect guys with the goggles, whatever they were from Batman, that still confused your average fan that doesn't know what the fuck is going on or where that comes from. There was no explanation of it or anything, but yeah.
I hope that they're dumping a lot of the medieval stuff that you saw in like the first trailers.
Medieval stuff.
Because I don't know what it is about Hollywood right now and King Arthur, but the Transformers are doing it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They're making a King Arthur movie. This Justice League movie kind of hints back towards that time. I don't know if it's necessarily that story arc, but
what part of the trailer was medieval? I don't remember that.
The knights burying the mother box.
Oh, I'm guessing it's probably just gonna be a quick flashback to show that they've been around for a long. Let's hope, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But would you guys agree that it shows? We all have kind of, I don't know if it's accurate to say low expectations.
We've
but
been hurt
DC,
before.
We've been burned time after time after time. So everyone's kind of cautiously, I don't even know if you'd say optimistic, just cautious to go into this movie.
DC is the abusive boyfriend that we keep coming back to because he keeps sweet talking us with these great these great trailers.
It's okay, baby. I'm going to change.
Yeah, this time, this movie's going to be different.
But let's be honest, we're all going to see this movie.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Justice League.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to go see this. We're going to go see it opening night, but I think that our hopes for it, we can all agree, are probably like, yeah, it might look cool. The other ones did too, but our expectations are set to here. Did this trailer move that pendulum at all for you guys?
I'd say it would a little bit.
Yeah, mine did. I did too.
Because I'm not immune to the effect.
Right.
You know, if you show me kind of something new, from a movie, obviously that I'm already going to see, then,
right.
And if it's good, obviously I'm going to be more vested.
Mm-hmm.
But again, always
still have that. I mean, after you've been slapped in the face so many times by these other movies,
which could also be kind of a good thing, because that means by doing this, the bar is kind of low here.
Yeah,
with what they've done lately. So
maybe that was their plan the whole time. And like, here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna put out 3 movies that how could you fuck up if you've got Batman and Superman on the same screen? This is gold. Let's fuck it up. Oh. So by the time we get to Justice League, everyone can be like, "Whoa, where did that awesome movie come from?"
Yeah. We're gonna sandbag.
Yeah.
At the beginning,
right?
And we're gonna slow play this. And then
I can't find any holes in that logic.
Yeah,
that makes sense from every But the levity that they showed in it, I love when Barry Allen's like, "What's your superpower again?" He's like, "I'm rich." That's awesome. Yeah. Or Jason Momoa's Aquaman looks like one of the coolest guys in the show, believe it or not. Even though you're thinking Aquaman, really, they're gonna throw him in there too. How could it be cool? Come on, having Drago from Game of Thrones playing that guy that apparently, that actor. Jason Momoa is like one of the coolest guys to hang around with. He's funny as hell. He draws everybody around him. But if he gets to just interject any of that energy and that levity into this movie, it looks like he's doing what he said. You're dressed like a bat? I dig it. Yeah. Are you expecting Aquaman to talk like that at all? Because I sure wouldn't. And you know what? He sold me.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I was all for it. So I guess we're all in agreement that we hope for the best of this. Do you guys really think that there's even the slightest possibility that this could be as good as some of the Marvel movies that have come out?
Oh, no. But
don't
again,
think it's even possible?
No. I mean, I can hope that DC would have taken some steps to improve what they're doing with the DC characters, with the DC movies, but they're still finding their footing.
Yeah.
And I don't expect them to make such a big leap that they're going to be hitting Marvel levels of success, but like in reaching the audiences and just putting out something that everyone really, really enjoys.
Now, when you say Marvel's level of success, I'm assuming you mean like kind of just the critical reaction from both actual fans and the critics, not necessarily just box office. Because I'm sure box office, it's going to do as fine as a lot of Marvel movies do, just because of what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's actual good movies,
right?
Not just because you have a built-in fan base that are going to be seeing it regardless of how bad it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's
Matt. Do you think that there's a shot this could be as good as some of the Marvel movies?
They haven't shown it yet,
right?
And the larger cast you get, the more people you have to introduce and provide them with their own storyline, the harder it is to make that movie.
That's a really good point. They're dealing with a whole can of worms that Marvel never had to deal with because they already had emotional and they had attachment from audience people to these characters going into it. Now we're coming into this where the majority of them are going to have to be explained in extra exposition, and the attachment isn't there from the get-go. That's another weight that I didn't even think about. You're right. That and
I mean, it's tough.
And we also have another DC movie coming out before this even gets to theaters, which is Wonder Woman. And I think Wonder Woman looks better so far from what I've seen in the trailers. Again, I know we've been burned by trailers before, but it looks better than what we've seen thus far in the DC movie universe. But if that fails to perform and becomes a dud or even just semi-average, it feels like they're going to have even more of a weight pulling them down for expectations going into Justice League. So there's kind of like an element that they can't control at this point that, man, they're probably hoping, God, please, Wonder Woman be good.
The inertia is already carrying this thing.
Exactly.
So, sink or swim, we're going, path is kind of set.
If this movie doesn't, how should we put that? It's going to do well financially. We already know that. If it doesn't perform up to Marvel levels, which is probably not going to, not that it's impossible, but probably not. But even if we would consider it better than Batman v Superman, but still kind of a, but this universe just isn't doing it for me. What do you see the executives for the DC movie universe, whether that be Warner Brothers or Zack Snyder, all of them doing? Do you think that Zack Snyder is out kind of leading this universe? I know they brought in, Jeff Johns, one of the head writers from DC Comics, to kind of help and steer the ship story-wise, whereas I think Zack Snyder was kind of taking the predominant lead and overall plot where the stuff is going to go. I don't know at what point he came in to help if you want to call it right the ship or get a story more in line with what really has worked in the comics. Because, again, I've been following DC Comics, so I don't even know this guy very well. I don't know how much of an impact that's going to have in a positive light. But do you guys see them, like, taking the reins and just giving it to somebody else, or do you think that there's a chance that can be like, all right, you know these other movies we were talking about, Green Lantern, still can't believe I'm saying this, Shazam, the what was the one with the 3 women? Sirens.
The Sirens of Gotham.
Sirens of Gotham. They're already talking sequel for Suicide Squad.
Black Adam.
Hey, that's an Academy Award winning movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of heart.
Yeah.
A lot of heart.
What was the one you just said?
Black Adam.
But he's the bad guy of Shazam, so he's going to be in the Shazam movie. He's the antagonist in Shazam. But anyway, all these DC movies that they have on the slate, do you think that they could actually come to a point where they're like, all right, stop everything, and we need to start over or take a break?
No,
Batman,
No, I don't think so. I mean, as long as
if they're making money.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you're putting like a C- movie out there,
yeah,
they're still cashing in the way that they are, I don't see that as being a big enough push to make that kind of shift.
Yeah.
You know, why you're right. We could be doing incredible, but we're only doing, kind of decent,
right?
But again, you have this is a unique model that they're working off of, in that they're taking properties, they're not coming out. This isn't new content,
yeah.
So it's a different kind of appeal to it. Like I said, to an already established audience,
right?
So no, they're not really. It would take something incredibly drastic for them to do that.
Probably a serious box office fail.
That
right?
would to me, in my mind, that would be the only thing that would cause them to make any kind of
and
change.
probably not just one. It might take multiple to actually to derail this train out there. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I could see them making some kind of significant change after one big blunder,
but not stopping.
No.
Reins.
But I'm just talking like a shift in either who's like creativity assignment, who's driving what, possibly directors, but some kind of significant shift, but not significantly altering their
plan that they've got lined out.
Yeah,
some of the stuff down the road. I mean, I'd be pumped to see a Flash movie. I love what they're doing with Grant Gustin on the Flash TV show. I thought that is just awesome, and it's different. It's a different twist on the show, but it still very much pays homage to what the Flash has been in the comics. I'm assuming, and I read. I don't haven't read a lot of those comics. And then when you see, well, now they're going to do it in the movie thing, I'm like, God, I kind of wish Grant was doing it, but I understand those are two separate universes. But even from what we saw in this recent trailer with, what's the guy's name? Ezra Miller that's playing the Flash?
I think so.
I think that's what his name is.
I think that's his name.
Different take on Barry, more of looks like kind of like an introvert, doesn't have a lot of friends.
Kind of like a loner.
And I don't mind changing it up. I just hope that they really retain one of the most important things to the Flash, and that the Flash is fun, joking around, and loves his power, And if this character is more mopey, which is tended to be a theme so far in the DC universe, right? I mean, Superman's always emo, and I'm misunderstood. Look at Man of Steel. Even in Batman v Superman, I like Henry Cavill. I like him as Superman, but it's definitely not what you'd call a fun Superman or a positive Superman. He's always dealing with his adversity and sad, and the public doesn't understand him. And I can agree with the logic for that being in a realistic situation, but man, that's not why I go to watch Superman in the movies. If they do something similar with the Flash, that's gonna suck.
I want to see Superman write a poem.
The Superman haiku.
Yeah. God dang it! I thought I have. See, now I'm gonna have to get like Do Not Disturb or something on my laptop, and I don't know how to frickin' do that.
I didn't set mine up yet. I'll do it between things. But no, going back to it, it'd have to be a failure of epic proportion. It'd be like a John Carter failure for them to even think about rebooting.
Yeah.
Because studios aren't fans. They're businesses. They could give two shits whether you like it, but if you're buying tickets and sitting in the seat, they win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know what kind of financial breakdown Warner Brothers has in DC, because I mean, do they own these properties outright? Have they paid them off and now they're just making money off of them? Or is there some kind of sharing aspect going on?
Between who and who? What do you mean?
DC and Warner.
Between DC.
Yeah.
I just think
Warner
that WB has owned the DC movie rights since, at least Superman, the 78 movie, right? The Richard Donner one, because every DC movie that's come out, Batman, whatever, has always been Warner Brothers. So I'm sure that's just a long-standing deal that
I
Warner
thought
Brothers...
Superman was Universal, though.
It was WB. I mean, I always remember that Superman theme coming up on the WB name. It was on every Superman cartoon show. I know it was on the Richard Donner movies. It was always WB in the beginning.
No, but it's just, that's the whole thing, though, is, I mean, as long as the movies are making money, they'll keep putting them out there. What you'll see is the budgets for the movies will start coming down so they can make more.
You'll see X-Men Last Stand style claws.
Yeah.
and powers and things like that.
Well, yeah, like Wolverine Origin.
Superman, you can actually see the wires.
We only had the money to blue screen out half of the wires that were carrying him, so just go with us on this ride.
Yeah, and he only flies 2 scenes in the whole movie.
But pretty good trailer. I think that moved the pendulum at least a little bit in the positive direction. I think we can all agree. Mm-hmm. We're very skeptical going into this. We're definitely going to see it anyway. We're hopeful for a better movie, but I think none of us are expecting it to be Marvel quality. Would that be accurate?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to go in with that hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think. How did you feel about the Justice League trailer? Are you pumped for this movie? Is it finally going to right the ship and give us the DC movie that we've always wanted and deserved? Yeah, it's not. But if you think so, let us know in the comments.